So I've seen plenty of things talking about which storm circle does how much damage, and talking about which storms are moving and which ones are not moving, and also talking about how long each storm will take to shrink and how much time it has to actually start shrinking. But I haven't seen anything talking about what the size is of each circle, and I feel like this is actually pretty important because you can't exactly figure out which circle is which when you're currently at that circle without knowing the sizes. There's no way unless you actually keep track that the first circle has closed, the second circle has closed, the third one is closed throughout the entire match, which nobody does, and that's a little bit too much in my opinion. And also it's easy, even if you are doing that, to forget, oh, did I count 3 or did I count 4 a couple minutes ago? I can't remember, especially with the later circles too. So I felt like this would probably be a good video to do on this subject. I was doing this solo to test other things, and I happened to win it, which is a good thing because I can actually use this to review some of the later circles too. But you can see right here that the circle is about 6.5 squares wide. That's diameter, not radius, not circumference. And these are kind of arbitrary numbers almost. They seem to be kind of halves of each other, but not exactly, as I'll explain in a second here. For this circle, it's about 3.25 size, which is about, it's probably about half of the next circle, I suppose. But the next ones kind of are slightly off. You could kind of just guess that they're about half though. But anyway, this is 1 damage still, also non-moving. You can see here for Storm Circle 3, it's about 1.5 squares for the size. That's 2 damage, and yeah. Storm Circle 4, it's only 3/4 of a circle, roughly, and that's 5 damage, I believe. This one's a little bit hard to tell here because I don't actually open up the map, but you could see that just on the right side of the Y in Dusty, that's where the line for the square is, and on the previous mountain that we were at, just to the left of that, is where the other side of it. So you can kind of see that the circle is about half of a tile, maybe a little bit smaller than that. And that's for 8 damage, and that's circle 5. And for circle 6, it's kind of hard to measure that when using the squares, but you could, remembering that this last circle was about half of a tile, you could kind of compare them and say that this next one is about 1/4 of a tile. But that's for 10 damage, and from there, all the circles are moving, they're all damaging for 10. And yeah, that's pretty much all of the circles that you actually need to know. Everything's like the same thing after that point. Anyway, you can see that from circle 1 to 6, it goes from the first storm, it's 6.5 with 1 damage. Circle 2 is 3.5 with 1 damage, maybe closer to 3/4, 3.25. For storm 3, it's 1.5 with 2 damage. Storm 4 is 3/4 with 5 damage. Storm 5 is 1/2 with 8 damage, and then Storm 6 is 1/4 with 10 damage. And at that point, it's moving, and everything after that is 10 damage. Everything after that is moving. Everything else after that is probably about half of the size. Yeah, hopefully that helps people out, keeping track of the circles, so you know just when it's going to start ticking for 2, just so you know when it's going to start ticking for more than that. So then you don't get caught in a weird health situation. Anyway, I'm Crazyguitarman 23 on twitch.tv. You'll also find me on YouTube with the same name, or Crazyguitarman 23 Gaming. That's where I'm going to be posting this video. I just noticed that no one did this kind of a topic before, and I want to get that out there. But anyway, have a good day, guys. Have some good Fortniting, and catch you later.
Oh, my heart.